Getting fired might be the best thing that has ever happened to you. I'm not just saying that to sound motivational. Most people fall apart when they lose a job. This is normal because once you are fired or once you are asked to leave, you actually get demotivated and you start blaming yourself. But the people who rise, they do something different. They use that moment to completely shift their career direction, rebuild, and come back stronger. This video isn't about feeling better, it's about getting rehired fast. I am going to walk you through the exact steps based on what actually works, not just theory. Let me start by telling you a story about a friend of mine who actually is a smart person, reliable, always gave 100%, and basically got fired last year. It came out of nowhere. Just one meeting, that's it. Your position has been eliminated. He was in shock. He didn't mess up. He didn't do any mistakes. He didn't slack off. The company just changed direction. Still, he started doubting himself. He said, maybe I am not good enough. Sound familiar? Many people have gone through that. That's what happens to most people. They connect their job loss to their worth. But there is the truth. No one says loud enough. Getting fired does not mean you're unemployable. It means something didn't work, that's all. And of course, you have to work on it. I'm Saad E, Abbas, an author, trainer, coach, and consultant. I have spent over 40 years working in banking, HR, leadership, and business consulting. Everything I share here comes from real life experience, not theory, not books. I have actually experienced it and I know it for a fact. If you're ready to rebuild your career, I'll show you how to do that. So here is the first step. Reset your mindset. You have to separate your identity from the bad event of being let go. It's normal. We all start doubting ourselves, but we have to let go of that. Now, you got fired. Good. Now, listen carefully. Getting fired is something that happens. It is normal. Most people around the world have actually gotten fired. Now, it's not who you are. Just because a job ended doesn't mean your career is over. Now, most people stay stuck because they believe being let go is a personal failure. It's not. It happens. Now, shift your thinking. Instead of asking, why was I let go? Ask yourself, what do I bring to the table? That's your PowerPoint. Write down each and every strength you have. Write down the strength that you need to have and you do not have. Now, focus on the strengths that you have, and what you don't have, try and get them. Get clear on your value, because if you don't believe in your value, no recruiter ever will. So you have to believe in yourself first before anybody else does. Next, let's clean up the resume and LinkedIn profile. You don't need to lie about what happened, but you need to frame things strategically. Never write fired. Never do that in your resume or in your LinkedIn page. Anywhere on your resume, use natural professional terms like position eliminated, role ended, or contract completed, contract ended. You're not hiding the truth, you're telling it in a way that moves the story forward. Resumes aren't courtrooms where you'll be judged of what you've written. They are marketing documents, so your job isn't to confess, it's to the position yourself for the next opportunity. Therefore, tell the truth strategically. That's how professionals stay in control. When it comes to bullet points, don't list tasks, list results. What have you actually done? Say managed reports. Okay, that's wrong. Reduced reporting time to 30%, using automated dashboards, okay, making your achievements clear and quantifiable. That's very important. So you have to be, okay, achievements should be very clear and quantifiable. I want to see numbers. I don't want to see just I did that. I want to see basic numbers, okay, what you did and how much you reduced, okay, job stress, or how much you increased productivity, whatever. But that's very important. I want to see numbers. Okay, that's achievements. What about dates? If your last role ended in March and you're already job hunting by May, List only years, something like 2021 to 2024. Don't put months. This softens the timeline. If the gap is longer, add a short line like career transition, focused on upscaling and targeted job search. That way it shows intention and growth. On LinkedIn, update your headline to reflect your target role, not your old one. In your About section, focus on strengths, results, and your next move, not your past setback. Turn on the Open to Work feature, but choose the option that only shows to recruiters if you want privacy. And make sure whatever reason you share for leaving a role lines up with the resume. Consistency builds trust. Now, let's talk references. You might feel stuck if your direct manager won't vouch for you, but you don't need them. Think broader. Who else can speak about your work? Former colleagues, clients, project partners, even senior leaders from other departments. These are all valid references. Reach out and say, would you be comfortable highlighting my strengths in a specific area? If your ex-boss is unavailable or unwilling, say this in interviews. My manager from that role is unavailable for a reference, but I've got strong recommendations from people I've worked with closely, including clients and peers. And if you have LinkedIn recommendations from that company, highlight them. Social proof matters. Here is where most people go wrong. They isolate. Don't do that. Your network is your secret weapon. Reach out to trusted contacts and say something like, my role at X was unexpectedly eliminated. I am now exploring opportunities in YZ companies. Do you know anyone I should talk to? Don't ask for a job, ask for a conversation. Set up informational interviews. Say, I am learning more about industry roles. Could I get a 15-minute meeting with you to talk about this kind of things for your perspective on the situation? This takes the pressure off the other person and builds trust. Join alumni networks, Slack groups, professional forums, and say clearly, I am not asking for a job, I am asking for advice. That's how real connections start. Now comes the big question. Why I got fired, or why were you fired? When they ask this, don't freeze. Here is how to handle it with clarity, confidence, and calm. If it was restructuring, say the company restructured and my position was eliminated. I really enjoyed working there and learned a lot about, talk about the skill which you got, what you were actually doing. Now, I am excited to bring that experience here to your organization. If it was performance related, you can say the role and I weren't the right long-term fit, and we mutually decided to part ways. I used that as a growth opportunity focused on upscaling and mentorship, and gained real clarity on where I actually thrive better. That's exactly what draws me to this role in your organization. If it was a cultural fit, say the company culture didn't align with my working style and we mutually agreed to part ways. I've since been focused on finding a team that values collaboration, autonomy, innovation, like your organization. Okay? So that way you can actually explain why you actually left and what you're looking for. That's how you flip a firing into your most confident moment in the interview. So show that you're confident and you actually know what you're doing. You don't need to hide being fired, but when it comes up, own it. Say it clearly, briefly, then provide fast. Something like, role wasn't the right long-term fit, so we parted ways. What excites me about this opportunity is talk about the things which you want to do with this organization and move forward. Own your story, but don't live in the past. Your confidence is what employers are watching. If you want to rebuild fast, take action. Don't wait for someone to give you permission. If you have a skill gap, get it. That's very important. Fill it, okay? Do an online course, whatever, get certified, add it to your resume, do freelance projects, or just help a local business. You rebuild your confidence and get fresh experience. Volunteer somewhere that needs your skills. Do a temporary or part-time role, okay, just to keep working and remove the gaps. Anything that keeps you moving, keeps you learning, and keeps your story evolving. That's how momentum builds. So always try to fill the gaps with temporary work, volunteering, whatever. Do things. Don't just sit in one place and say, I don't have anything to do. When applying, tailor your resume and cover letter to every role. Focus on quality over quantity. And when working with recruiters, be honest, be professional, let them know what's happened. Briefly talk about it, and then focus on what you want to do next. Recruiters don't want perfect candidates, they want prepared ones. And above all, give yourself time. The job search might take longer than you expect. That doesn't mean you're failing. Track your applications, celebrate small wins. A callback is good. Interviews, very good if you get an interview. A new connection, that's excellent. So you're getting connected to people. Stick to a routine. Eat well, move your body, talk to people who support you. That's very important. So keep talking to people who support you so you get more support and more confidence within yourself. Job loss is hard, but it's not the end of the world. It's just a reset. So think of it that way. You don't have to lead with being fired, but when it comes up, speak the truth with control. Focus on your future, not the past. Use your network because people hire people they trust. And above all, take action. Action builds confidence, action creates momentum, and action is how you go from fired to being hired. Okay? So remember that. Always take action. Thanks for watching this video. If you have found the video beneficial, please like and subscribe. Also, don't forget to forward it to someone who you think will benefit from it. Thank you. See you in the next one.